Hello ladies and lads, welcome to the video. Today we're going to take a break from our common programming to make predictions on the upcoming Elden Ring DLC. And not because I'm having trouble producing higher quality audio. That's ridiculous. Aha, yeah. Anyway, let's begin. We do know about the DLC from From Software's promotional image. The DLC going to contain Torrent, 2 trees, an open field perhaps? And to no one or to everyone's surprise, Miquela, the demigod of eternal youth. Let's talk about Miquela for a moment. I've suspected that he's some connection with spirits, and this picture seems to reinforce it. If this speculation is true, then whenever we encounter these translucent landmarks, it might be involved
in the DLC.
How? By traveling either through memories or time, as it is mentioned in the Lone Wolf Ashes that Rana gave us, where they've met a nameless tarnished. That's you, buddy. Additionally, we'll meet Torrent and perhaps a younger Melina for the first time, since near the start of the game, when both found us, it appeared they recognized the player, despite no introduction. There are candle trees, where a ghost will point downwards to locations of various rivers. However, the one in the Ulcers Plateau just walks into a seemingly irrelevant dungeon. This is going to be an important location, because the rivers are similar to the environment on the surface. It may contain death blight, like the Abyss in the Dark Souls 1 DLC. How we travel to said river, I speculate the Tarnished travel there. Right before we arrive to a whirlpool involving a stone, we'll face a bird and or dragon boss. Personally, I think that's what Zullie found the game files in this video. The translucent characteristic of spirits makes me assume that this location in this picture is on the mountaintops of the giants. And things of death roots, St. Trina's lilies. The fact the landscape is similar to the base of a stump, as Ziostorm points out, alludes to this further. Through his rune of rebirth, it'll result in duplicates of various characters, including a clone of the Erd Tree, which will create the lands between, a boundary between the carnal and the ethereal. It is this location where we'll witness how the Halite Tree ultimately failing to become an Erd Tree, just like everyone's parents' view of me, with St. Trina trying to rescue Miquela. There's going to be a quest involving Selen, on top of FormSoft's special interest from here concept art. There are illusions that link her to the past. After you defeat Radon and realign the stars, Iji states,
Jaren's duties are finally fulfilled. Now the time has come to remind him of an old promise made. With the stars of fate set into motion, a certain sorceress is dispossessed of her immortality. Finally, we can be rid of a long-standing Karian weed.
If you fight Jaren during Selen's quest, he says,
What's the matter with you? You trying to get revenge?
We shall indeed meet again at the next glorious journey.
But we never fought him before in the base game. I surmise that these plants will highlight a trail where we have to venture this quest starting at Castle Morn, while Selen's Cuckoo army tries to conquer the Academy. Godwyn's army fights at Stormvale, and Millennia's march. Maybe we'll finally get a clarification on how the final boss was injured. At the first half. What about the second half or the other DLC? Miyazaki isn't exactly shy about his inspirations from Berserk, as there are many already featured in the base game. Design-wise, Miquela fits a character in the series named Griffith, and Godwyn becoming someone like the sea god. Griffith was fatally injured, in which he brought forth the eclipse. We're going to face a rejuvenated Miquela, demigod of vengeance, via Godwyn's resurrection abilities of the dead, and Mog's undecaying beast blood. This is supplemented when Mog said,
Coming of our dynasty.
Miquela would effectively become a leash. I can't really prove it, but looking at it, this Miquela will take something away from another boss, which would introduce to his second phase. If you've researched the other inspirations of Elden Ring, especially from these two gems, Cruchy and Max Derrat, alchemy plays a considerable role in its design. One of the illustrations on the famous alchemical instructions, the Ripley Scroll, shows a bleeding frog. Because the illustration of the dragon and its connection with the Elden Beast, we could speculate that From Software might create something related to this toad once the Blood Star occurs. Those are predictions for the upcoming Elden Ring DLC, gentlemen and lassies. Please share this video, and may all of you enjoy a good game.
So if you come here, you'll meet again with me.